third law of motion, to every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. If I push against the ground, you didn't think I was going to answer that, did you? If you push against the ground pushes back against you. So if I do this in a serve, I flex here, my knee joint, I do flexion, now I extend, I push against the ground pushes against me. To every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. Why does that, what was your question again?
Was it the same as the linear?
Okay, ground reaction forces.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm creating ground reaction forces by pushing against the ground and the ground pushing against me. It starts with this knee extension. Let's take the serve as an example. This knee extension creates linear forces going upwards vertically. That is now being translated into hip rotation angularly and trunk rotation angularly, and then my arm swinging forward. So the ground reaction forces are the basis of what we call the kinetic link system, or the kinetic chain. So that's a combination of linear and angular, but it starts with linear momentum going vertically. Then there's that linear momentum going horizontally. I have no idea if I answered your question, but it had some stuff in there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, that was very good. So is that the same as linear? Is that the linear momentum?
It's not the same exact thing, but it allows you to produce linear momentum, the ground reaction forces. Yes. I explained the difference between a pinpoint serve and a platform serve. Sure. There's been some research in that, actually. And the simple answer to this is to use ground reaction forces. No, if you serve with this kind of a platform motion, you get fairly good ground reaction forces if you use the back leg as much as you do the front leg. And by bringing the foot up, which is the pinpoint I would call a foot up position, you typically, if you can keep your forces going between your base of support, between your feet, you typically will create more ground reaction forces. So can you create some more forces by the pinpoint? Yes, but it's minor. There's not a huge difference. Remember, there are different ways to create force. You can create force this way. If you think of John McEnroe, picture him in your mind serving, where he had a lot of horizontal rotation in his serve, right? Whereas you have somebody like Boris Becker or Edberg had a lot more vertical action. Both produce force, and so part of that is whatever you're most comfortable with. However, having said that, the research does show that the pinpoint serve allows you to create a few more forces than the platform serve does, if you keep your forces between your base of support. Well, and hopefully you're going forward somewhat too. You have that fluid lead into the court as well. But yeah, again, that's an interplay between linear and angular momentum.
Okay, so